morning, gratitude babes. Welcome back to day 66 of Come Sit in Gratitude with me. I am sitting down for my practice today and I feel really amazing because Uber went so well last night. Okay, first of all, let me just say that I did not get a Tesla. When I got there, they didn't have any Teslas, which was really disappointing. They had like this GMC SUV that I got instead. And at first I was kind of like, ugh, but then I was like, you know what, Jules, this is what the universe wants. So we're going to go with it. We're going to take it. We're going to keep it. We're going to be. So I was just happy that I could Uber. I have so much to tell you. So let's just get into today's practice. So much to be grateful for. Yesterday was so amazing. I literally felt like I was in the Twilight Zone at some point. And I'm like, oh, this is what alignment really feels like. Oh gosh, you guys, it was just like, again, it was my first day driving Uber back with my rental, with that rental. As you know, I reserved a Tesla, right? But when I got to Hertz, they didn't have any. Like I was saying, they didn't have any. And I was like, oh, because I was really looking forward to driving the Tesla again. I've rented it before 2 years ago and I loved it, but I could only keep it for a week because it was so expensive at that time. But anyway, so when I got to Hertz, they didn't have the Tesla and I was like, ugh, I was so looking forward to it. But then I caught myself and I was like, Jules, if you're truly trusting the universe, then trust the universe. Maybe this is exactly the car I'm supposed to have. So instead of resisting it, I totally accepted it. Okay. And that one decision, I think, changed the trajectory of my day. Oh my God, wait, before I even left Hertz, there was another miracle. Oh my God. The rental was supposed to go on 2 different credit cards because I didn't think I had enough credit on just one. And the woman at Hertz, she was like, I'm sorry, we can only use 1 card. And I was like, I started panicking inside. I was like, oh my God. So I logged into my account and my available credit was like 330 something and change. I just remember it being 330 something and change. And she looked at me and said, so your total comes to 335. And I was like, I looked at the balance again, or my available credit again, and it was like 335 and some cents. And I was like, actually, I think it was 335 and 15 cents. And my total came up to 335 and 30 something cents. And I was like, I don't know if my credit card company is going to let that go through because, I mean, they do over the limit, but like sometimes they don't. And of course you don't want to go over the limit, but I was in a bind. So I was like, whatever. I'm really hoping my credit card, I'm really hoping Capital One lets this one go through. And so I'm sitting there just shitting bricks and I'm hoping, I'm praying that it's going to go through. It's going to go through. And she says, they're going to round it up to 336. And I was like, oh. So then I log back into my account again and I look at it just to be sure. I don't know if I saw it wrong before or if the universe literally changed my balance to $336 and some cents, but it was insane. Like the first time I saw it, it was 335. I remember it was 335 and change. So I remember saying, oh my God, it's going to be off by some cents. I don't know if they're going to let it go through. But I log back in again. I check it in just the nick of time as she was running it. And it said 336 and some change. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. So yeah, wasn't that freaking amazing? I laughed and I was like, oh my God, the universe is freaking amazing. And it was literally the exact amount. I know it changed. You can't tell me different. I know it changed. I was like, all right, universe. Okay, I see you. I'm listening. I'm going to listen. So I headed out and started driving and the night was going really well. I had only done about 4 or 5 rides. When the next request popped up, I just looked very quickly at it and I thought it said Orange, Connecticut for like $125. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm taking, because I live in Connecticut. So I'm like, of course I'm taking this. It's like an hour or so, like more like an hour and a half from me. But I was like, I don't care. I'm taking it. So I accepted it without really looking at it thoroughly. But when I got there to pick them up, the family climbed in the car and they were like, yeah, so... Oh, they also had a Tesla. They had like the Model Y version, the SUV version of the Tesla, and they had a flat tire. So they called a tow and for the car, and then they wanted me to Uber them back home. They were going to South Orange, New Jersey. I was like, my mouth dropped. I was like, you're going to Jersey? And the mom was like, yeah, is that a problem? And I was like, no. And then I didn't tell them that I thought it was Orange, Connecticut, but I just let it go. I'm like, no, it's not a problem. I was like, universe, what the hell? That's like 3 hours from home. What are we doing? I said, okay, universe. Okay, apparently this is where we're going. Fine. The family was absolutely lovely. And oh my God, here's another synchronicity. Their daughter's name is Juliet as well. My name is Juliet. You know, I'm known as Jules online, but my name is Juliet. And I was like, oh my, okay, universe. All right, you're telling me something. You're letting me know. They own a Tesla. Their daughter's name is Juliet. I needed nothing else to know that I was being totally freaking guided. I was in alignment. And I was just like, I kept smiling because it just felt like the universe was literally not only winking at me, but like hugging me while I drove them. So I kept smiling because I just felt the hand of God on me. That and the great thing is that one ride changed my entire day. My goal every time I go out is somewhere between $200 and $250, and that's usually takes me around 10 to 12 hours to get. But after that ride, not only did I hit my goal, the family handed me $100 cash tip. $100 cash. I could not believe it. So I just decided to do a couple more rides when I got back to Connecticut 3 hours later. But I got back around 11:30-ish, just before midnight. And I was like, I could really call it a night right now because I'm at over $300. I've met my goal. Actually, I've exceeded my goal. I'm finishing early. And it's just like, I don't need to do any more work. But I decided to do maybe take a couple more rides when I got back to Connecticut that night, before I called it a night. But then, so I took 2 more rides, and I close the app, and I go online and I see my total earnings for the day. I shit you not, it was $333. $333 and some change, of course, but it was $333. Tell me that's not the universe working here. 3 times. Alignment, support, confirmation, all these things. Now, whether you believe in angel numbers or not, yesterday reminded me of something really, 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 really important. When we stop fighting reality, when we stop insisting things have to happen for us a specific way, we make so much room for something even better to happen. I thought I needed a Tesla. Turns out I had gotten a Tesla. It was just had a flat tire in a different way, right? I probably wouldn't have been matched with that family. They had so much luggage. They had 3 people. And if I had that little Tesla and not this SUV that Hertz decided to give me because that's all they had, I probably wouldn't have gotten that ride because my car wasn't big enough. Right? They probably chose a mid-size SUV so it fits all 3 of them and their luggage. So I'm just so glad. It was all a blessing. Not having a Tesla is a blessing. And that's just how manifestation is like sometimes, We think something didn't work out, but really it was positioning us for something even better than we could plan ourselves. So let's get into today's gratitudes because I am feeling so darn good. Okay, so my 3 gratitudes today are: I'm so grateful for all the synchronicities yesterday because every single one of them reminded me that I am supported, that I am guided, and I am exactly where God wants me to be, exactly where God needs me to be for all my blessings to come in. So grateful. My second gratitude is I am so grateful that Hertz didn't have a Tesla because the SUV was exactly the car I needed for the ride that changed my entire freaking day. Okay, it was what I at first thought was going to be a setback turned out to be such divine alignment, such delicious divine alignment, such yummy divine alignment, and I'm so happy. My third gratitude is, of course, for that big trip. I am so grateful for the unexpected New Jersey trip because it allowed me to exceed my goal with ease. Like just one ride there and back. It was just so easy. It reminded me that abundance can arrive in ways I never could have planned, that I really don't have to work hard to receive money. I can just kind of relax, because driving, yeah, it takes some energy out of you, but I don't talk a lot on my Ubers. I really don't talk much. So it is a very calming experience for me, hopefully for my riders too. But yeah, I keep a very calm and cool car. I don't like too much music, if any at all. I did put a little bit of music. I put Alina Baraz on yesterday on very, very low, so it's kind of like background, because it's a long ride and some people need that as opposed to a quiet car humming along. So I did do that yesterday, but generally I have a silent ride. I don't put any music on. I'm usually affirming in my head, or thinking about my dream life, or just, visualizing. So I use it as time to really come back to myself. And yeah, I'm just like so grateful for it, because it was really so easy to make $333, to make 333 happen. 333, and I'm gonna put all the synchronicities here. Tesla, 333, Juliet, like, oh my God. All right, so let's get into our manifestation scripts. I'm gonna do another rampage because I love rampaging. It's kind of like having a conversation with my higher self. It's just so fun. Okay, let's go. Awesome. We're going to move on to our to feel activation for the day. Today, I am tapping into more of that wealth. So let's go. I'm tapping into that wealth and claiming I am wealthy. I have so much money, I never need to work again. Yes, it is done. It is done. It is done. All right, so as for our to-dos, I need to do dishes. I am going to do another enema today. TMI, sorry. I do enemas. They're very healthy for me. They make me feel my best. And saturate while we drive and drive Uber. And as for professional, I have to edit this, schedule it, and continue working on this week's podcast episode. Awesome. My bed is made. And that is our practice. All right, and that's our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Ciao.